Hey guys, half of the year 2021 has gone, and in today's video, I'm setting up a new bullet journal. I have a habit of switching to a new notebook every 6 months. I've been waiting for this day for a long time since my old bullet journal was kind of messy and ugly. I made a lot of mistakes in that notebook and I lost a lot of pages. So I just promised myself to be extra careful in this new one. Since today is the last day of June, also known as Pride Month, I decided to add some queer vibe to this setup. I also wanted to make the beginning of this journal a little bit more colorful and energetic in order to cheer me up every time I open it. Here I'm recreating a quote that I saw yesterday on Pinterest. It looks really creative and lively. I'm really satisfied with it. Moving on to the next page, which is the grid spacing one. I actually learned how to make it from my favorite YouTuber Amanda Rachley, who taught me everything that I know about bullet journals. This page actually benefits me a lot in terms of dividing spaces equally, and it looks so cool as well. But in this case, I don't think it would help me anymore. I made a lot of mistakes here with calculating these tiny squares because it is 11 p.m. at the time and I'm trying my best to finish it before this month ends, so I would just consider it a decoration for this journal. And I also made some attempts to glow it up a little bit with some LGBTQ colors, some stars and some speck of color blurs to create some special and aesthetic effects. I don't know how to say it. Next one, on the other side, I wanted to make a goals page in which I would write down what I want to achieve and what I'm gonna do in the next half this year. I have a lot of plans for the next few months in terms of both studying and working, so I hope that this page would have to remind me of those targets every time I see them. And actually, I didn't come up with this decoration idea all by myself. I accidentally saw a PowerPoint slideshow on the websites like Carnival.com a few days ago. I am a big fan of this website. All of these PowerPoint slides are simple but aesthetic, elegant, beautiful and professional, and they gave me a lot of ideas for decorating my bullet journal. Basically, I just drew some random lines in queer colors. They look a little bit cheesy and childish for me, but it is so cute, not as boring and pathetic as my whole previous notebook. So here we go. Next up, we have the future log, in which I created a calendar for the next 6 months of this year, from July to December. And I still decorated it in the same way as previous page, with some random colorful lines on the top and at the bottom of the calendar. Well, looking back at it now, to be honest, I feel that it's a bit too colorful for me. I should have used only one single color for the letters, as the decoration itself is already a mess of rainbow colors. I don't know, maybe I will try to fix it with some washi tapes later. Anyway, I divided them into 6 different columns for the next 6 months, July to December. And actually, I watched Amanda's video this afternoon and I saw that she drew these straight lines perfectly without any single error. It was so amazing. I don't know how she could do it. And I was also about to do it with my hand, but then I decided to just use my ruler instead. As usual, I wrote down all the days of those months just to make it easier to visualize the whole half year ahead. And it is a super long and tiring process, and it is very painful. I'm always messing up with the numbers, but surprisingly this time I was able to finish them all without making any stupid mistakes, so that's it. In the next 2 pages, I created some video plans as well as a list of books that I'm gonna read this year. These are 2 really important tasks that I've been procrastinating on, not just for months but years. At the beginning of every notebook I've set up and used, there were always some lists of books that I read, some places I went to and things that I learned. But unfortunately, most of the time, all of them were left empty. Maybe I was just too lazy to do anything, or sometimes I actually did some of them, but I just forgot to note them down on those pages. So I hope that this time I will manage to fill in these boxes. Let's just wait and check it out in my flip through video at the end of this year. The next spread that I created was my IELTS scores tracker and my study plan. I'm going to take my IELTS test on the 5th of August, and I have around 35 more days to cram for it. And to be honest, I haven't learned a lot. There's still several books to read and thousands of vocabulary to learn by heart in this 1 month. So I plan to do 2 mock tests a week by myself, and this page will have to record my improvement. I made a study plan in which I will write down some deadlines and plans for my English course that I'm gonna take at the end of this year. And the decoration here is the same as previous one, so there's not much to talk about. So here we go. And finally, I finished my setup by adding an adequate page with the same style as the one that I made at the beginning. I drew some colorful lines and also a mess of LGBTQ color, but the quote here is not really related to queer, but about starting a new adventure, which sounds a little bit cliche. But I kind of ran out of ideas at the time, so I just picked up a random one. And you may notice that there are pencil strokes that I sketched everywhere on those pages, but I was not able to erase them all. I tried to use my eraser and clean them carefully and nicely, but they didn't go away. So I just ignored it and I just finished the setup. Okay, so that is everything about my new bullet journal setup. I hope that you enjoyed the video. And once again, if you're looking for some ideas to decorate your notebook, just check out my Instagram. I will link it down below. And thanks a lot for listening and watching my videos. I will see you later. Bye.